It was a freezing November night in Chicago. Emma, a quiet woman in her mid-30s, carefully set her dinner table for three. Her small apartment glowed in soft, flickering candlelight. 3 plates, 3 forks, 3 water glasses, and cloth napkins folded just right. Everything was perfectly arranged. Except, Emma lived alone. She wasn't expecting guests in the normal sense. At least, not the kind anyone else could see. At exactly 8:13 p.m., there was a knock, not at the door, but at the living room window. Strange, since Emma lived on the 3rd floor. No balcony, no fire escape. Still, she turned toward the sound with a smile and whispered, "You're early." She walked calmly to the door and opened it wide. Cold wind rushed in, sweeping across the hardwood floor, but no one stood there. Yet Emma stepped aside, just enough to let something in. She gently closed the door behind her. She returned to the table and began to speak softly. "I made your favorite," she said, as she served mashed potatoes and roast chicken. She poured red wine into all 3 glasses and smiled, pausing as if someone was speaking back to her. Across the table, 2 chairs remained physically empty, but not to Emma. She laughed. She nodded. At one point, she wiped a tear from her eye. She was talking and listening like she wasn't alone at all. From the apartment across the street, a young couple watched nervously through the window. Emma was completely alone, yet she was reacting like people were really there. She was engaged in a full conversation. At 9:02 p.m., they finally called the police. The officers arrived to find a calm, smiling Emma still seated at the table. She welcomed them in and asked if they'd like dessert. They declined. They noticed the 3 plates. 2 were untouched. The 3rd was completely empty. Emma's plate had food left and was cold. But the empty plate across from her, it was still warm. There were no signs of forced entry. No footprints. No evidence of anyone else. Emma simply said, "They always come back. Every year on this night. Every November 13th, Emma sets that same table for 3. And every year, 1 plate ends up warm." Though Emma still lives alone, she's never truly by herself. The neighbors don't watch anymore. They close the blinds. Because the last time they looked, someone else was standing behind Emma, someone they couldn't unsee.